Please note that the following content was designed to be watched after playing Danganronpa 1, 2, Ultra Despair Girls, watching Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak Academy, and watching Danganronpa 2.5, Nagito Komaeda and the Destroyer of the World. This should serve as a recap of the Hope's Peak timeline for Danganronpa before the release of Danganronpa 2x2, or if you just want a recap of the original games. I will not be covering Danganronpa V3 as the ending is up to interpretation, and I do not believe that it is relevant as of this moment. Please also be advised that the following contains intense topics and is intended for mature audiences. So basically, there's an academy for the gifted youth known as Hope's Peak Academy. You must be scouted by this school to attend it, and this scouting process usually begins in around junior or senior year, truly the peak of a classist society. Behind the scenes, a talent enhancement program was going on known as the Kamakura Project, where they took an utterly unimportant, unremarkable, and frankly worthless individual, Hajime Hinata, and put every single talent into him. He was then renamed after the school's founder, the one and only Izuru Kamakura, and given the title of Ultimate Hope, a name that surely took hours upon hours of debate to decide upon. Unfortunately, a murder struck the school as Fuyuhiko Kuzurio's sister was brutally murdered by a person with a vendetta after just a small bullying incident. This threw the school into a state of uncertainty, which my research has shown that a murder does tend to do. This was the weak point that Junko Enoshima and Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student lying somewhere in this school, exploited when they arrived at Hope's Peak. They used their power and influence, with the help of a video by the ultimate animator, Ryota Mitarai, to manipulate their fellow students into doing horrible things, much like the average American when they are denied a cheeseburger due to a maxed out credit card. This led to a series of Persona 3 references by the Reserve Corps students, otherwise known as students that paid to get in under a title of being ultimately a lesser breed than normal students. She also convinced a bunch of frequently abused elementary school children who were about to go on a slip and slide that those are not cool, and this instantaneously worked on them, especially Monica Toa, who became an understudy to Junko. This slaughter and mass persona reference caused riots and eventually plunged the world into despair. She also skewered Chiaki Nanami, the ultimate gamer, in front of her friend's eyes, which caused her friends, the Danganronpa 2 cast, that being Kazuichi Soda, Sonya Nevermind, Teruteru Hanamura, Akane Owari, Nekomaru Nidai, Izuru Kamakura, the ultimate imposter, Gundam Tanaka, the greatest character in Danganronpa, Nagito Komaeda, Mikan Sumiki, Mahiro Koizumi, Pekope Yokoyama, Fuyuhiko Kuzuria, and Ibuki Miota to become the remnants of despair. Quite honestly, I would look at you differently if you did not be plunged into despair, if the kindest friend you've ever had gets turned into fresh Middle Eastern cuisine in front of you. This series of events is later called the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. What an easy-to-say, convenient name. After all that, she locked herself up in Hope's Peak with Makoto Naegi and 14 other students, including Mukuro Ikusaba, Sayaka Maizono, Mondo Owada, Chihiro Fujisaki, Kyoko Kirigiri, Aoi Asahina, Sakura Ogami, Hifumi Yamada, Byakuya Togami, Leon Kuwata, Yasuhiro Hagakure, Toko Fukawa, Kiyotaku Ishimaru, and Taeko Yasuhiro, better known as Celestia Ludenberg. After all this despair, Junko wiped her classmates' memories. How? Shh, don't worry about it. Don't worry. And made them think they were entering school again. A fate worse than death. She told Mukuro to take her place as a fake and fraudulent Junko Enoshima as she hid behind the mask of a funny little bear plush known as Monokuma. As Monokuma, she told the surviving students that they must kill each other and get away with it to survive, setting up the concept of the killing school semester. Mukuro personally had some mixed feelings here or there on certain aspects of the plan, so Junko made a Chiaki reference out of her for that, as it filled her with the despair that she loved oh so much. Perhaps she loved it a little too much given some of her later sprites in the game. Anyway, Junko then provides motives and mental strain to force the students into killing each other. There were many cases with all the students but Aoi, Makoto, Yasuhiro, the stupid one, Byakuya, and Toko dead and gone, some in more pieces than others. Makoto used his power of optimism and friendship to call out Junko as being the mastermind, and she accepted defeat and put herself through an elaborate execution that she survived for way too long before being splattered all over a hydraulic press. Makoto and the others then promptly left the school. Upon seeing the horrors outside looking similar to the average area in Nevada, they searched and found many other ultimates from Hope's Peak that decided that they should create a resistance dedicated to providing a good future for generations to come. Clearly, the ultimate marketing prodigy was not on the team, as the best name they could come up with was the Future Foundation. Makoto and the others joined immediately as the power of true optimism flowed through their veins like Mountain Dew in a Call of Duty player. Shortly after, Komaru Naegi, Makoto's sister, was suddenly attacked in a locked room that she had been placed in. She was placed there by Junko's followers to act as a motive for the killing school semester that Makoto was a part of. Why? Probably some motivation for killing or something. Don't worry about that part. She escaped and met members of the Future Foundation, including Byakuya Togami. Byakuya got captured, and Komaru was taken to see the kids that Junko corrupted, now known as the Warriors of Hope, who forced Komaru to partake in a hunting game, where they used Monokumas and giant mechs for reasons to hunt and try to kill her. Komaru then meets Toko, a Future Foundation intern, and they go on an adventure to escape. On their way, they meet the families of the original Killing Game participants, Yuta Asahina, who blows up, Taichi Fujisaki, who gets mauled, and Hiroko Hagakure, who most surprisingly does make it. They also discovered a refugee camp led by Kaiji Toa, Monika's brother, and someone who all Ultra Despair Girls players wish never existed, as well as Shirokuma, a strange white Monokuma bear with a seemingly good heart. Komaru beats all of the trials laid out before her and reaches the final room, where she defeats the Warriors of Hope, as well as the giant King Monokuma robot. Shirokuma, who was in cahoots with the Warrior of Hope's advisor Kurokuma, both were destroyed and the city lived to see another day. As the Future Foundation cleaned everything up, they found that the remnants of despair had been living out there in the world while using their talents for evil, despicable, unspecified things. Makoto then took custody of them and took them to Jabberwock Island for rehabilitation. Little did he know, however, Kurokuma and Shirokuma had a little something special with them, that being an AI replica of Junko Enoshima's consciousness, and Izuru Kamakura knew that all too well. Upon arrival to Jabberwock Island, the remnants of despair were booted into the Neo World program. Before this, however, Izuru Kamakura uploaded a virus into the program in the form of Junko's AI replica. They all hopped on the game forcefully and were reverted back to the mindset of their high school selves. This had the side effect of successfully reverting Izuru back to Hajime Hinata, the ultimate They encountered the silly little rabbit known as Usami while in the loading screen for this fake island. We will not discuss her for the rest of this section. They were all getting some beautiful fun in the sun, but unfortunately, the funny bear reappeared and announced that these so-called kids would be participating in yet another killing school semester due to popular demand. People dropped like flies for around, get the script right, Walken, around a month in the game, causing rampant despair among the students. Fly high, Gundam Tanaka, you will be missed. After the killing finished, 5 people remained. Kazuichi Soda, Akane Owari, Sonya Nevermind, Hajime Hinata, and Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu. Before this, during the killing, they had discovered a ruined version of what seemed to be Hope's Peak Academy. Nagito, shortly before his long, painful, and frankly over-the-top self-inflicted murder, discovered and recorded a message describing the code to enter this mysterious ruined building. They entered it using this oddly specific and totally not humorous code, and all was revealed to them. They discovered the secrets found within the Neo World program, learned of their unique situation, and found out that their friends were not in fact dead, just in a coma-like state. They then encountered Makoto Naegi while arguing with Monokuma. Turns out, this Makoto was Junko in disguise. Who could have guessed? And she would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those darn kids. In the situation that she designed, both of the options, those being graduate or repeat, led to the remnants losing, a system not unlike casinos use, where by entering the building, you have already lost. Fortunately, the real Makoto shows up, bringing along Kyoko and Byakuya, as well as the power of friendship, which they use to beat Junko by Alt F4ing the Neo World program and force closing and deleting Junko's AI. As the original survivors left, Izuru Kamakura, now back to Hajime Hinata in the real world, decided to work on bringing their friends back, because people like this cast, and it would be sad if they were gone. Nagito was a very unlucky student. He had no talent, yet somehow got into a school with a bunch of extremely talented individuals. His friend, Kazuichi Soda, scored a date with another classmate, Sonia Nevermind, and left for some cafe that we in fact never get to see. Sadly, shortly after, Kazuichi was found dead in the streets. Sonia, Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu, and Peko Pekoyama found the man responsible and confronted them. All three of them were shot dead, but not before they contacted Nagito. Nagito found out that the culprit was the World Destroyer, an AI sent by Hajime to wake him up. It's a 25-minute OVA. I do not know how long you expected this section to be. The Future Foundation was not all too happy with Makoto. They wanted him to kill the remnants of despair, not rehabilitate them, as they believed that they are unsavable, and Makoto had gone to the side of despair. This, of course, is a reference to, in response to his grave transgressions, they put him on trial. Unfortunately, as the meeting began, the individuals had a little CP time and were trapped in the building. The man, the myth, the legend, Monokuma, then announced that a new killing game had begun, this time with different rules compared to the previous times. Per usual, many people died in horrendous, violent, stabbing-specific ways. Unlike before, however, everyone was well aware of their age, and despite all the participants of this game being associated with Hope's Peak, many of them were faculty as opposed to students like before. Much needed variety in the grand scope of the series. Stabbed, hung, or crushed by gravity, one by one these people died, including, most unfortunately, Kyoko Kirigiri. Makoto also struck up a friendly rivalry with Kyosuke Munakata, leading to them competing in Mortal Kombat. Kyosuke killed many people in this feud, including his closest friends, which due to this being Danganronpa, is probably not the most surprising thing in the world. The only survivors when all was said and done were Aoi, Makoto, Kyosuke, and Ryota Mitarai. Ryota discovered in this game that the leader of the Future Foundation, Kazuo Tengen, was the mastermind of this very scenario. This made Ryota a little upset, so he decided to activate his trump card, an action that would require the torture of everyone involved, all for the greater good. This meant that he would release a new animation. This animation would corrupt any viewer with immense hope. Nagito would be proud, essentially brainwashing them with positivity. This would cause people to lose any and all individuality. Makoto tried his best to stop him, but is ultimately stopped by guards who have been brainwashed. His boundless optimism and friendship-based power were ineffective. Ryota started the upload sequence, but before he could submit it, the remnants of despair appeared and convinced him that they were low-key kinda chill. They succeeded in this, and then publicly took the blame for the killing game. Finally, Mikan Sumiki used her ultimate nurse talent and managed to bring Kyoko back to life through the power of modern medicine and a little bit of suspension of disbelief. Finally, after all the despair, death, and never-ending monologues, Makoto and his friends worked together and set up a new Hope Speak Academy, attempting to return the world to normal. Until the next game. This took way too long to write, and I hope you enjoyed it, Epic Gamers. I apologize if there's been any issues in the summary or plotline for certain elements like Danganronpa 3 and 2.5. It has been a while since I've watched those, so, you know. I tried to do my due diligence and research, though. I'm not trying to put slop out there. I will also do a Danganronpa V3 if this does well. It's just more an opinion-based story, so I left it out here. I'm just really excited for Danganronpa 2 V2. I will buy it. You should buy it. Stay epic, guys.